I sometimes get asked what Australian cuisine looks like and if there are any dishes that are uniquely or distinctively Australian. It's a difficult question to answer. Of course, you can say things like a barbie or some particular seafood, but in terms of actual dishes and recipes, we tend to borrow from lots of different other countries in the world. So it's difficult to come up with a list of things that originated in Australia. Even a couple of our most famous desserts, there's a big question around whether they began life in Australia or if they're actually from New Zealand originally. Anyway, I'll tell you about those two dishes. They're both desserts. Now, the first one is the good old lamington. These are small cakes, sponge cakes, which are covered in chocolate and then dipped in desiccated coconut. They're quite sweet and they're definitely best if they're homemade. They're quite easy to make, especially if you buy the sponge cake already made. The second dessert is the pavlova or pav. This is an interesting item. It's like a cake which is made with sugar and egg whites, and the texture is quite unusual. It's a meringue, so it's hard and crunchy and crisp on the outside, but the inside is light and fluffy. You have to be super careful with a pavlova because it's really easy to break or damage the outside of it. You just touch it and it breaks, really. Now, every good pav should be covered with cream and then some kind of fruit. So some people like to put passion fruit on the top or fresh fruit. So they look quite beautiful and festive. So they're a popular summer dessert. They're also quite sweet, so it's probably best not to eat too many of them. If you're interested, you can buy pre-made pavlovas in the supermarket and then decorate them yourself. But I do think the homemade ones are superior. Alright, so there are two Australian desserts or New Zealand desserts you can try if you want to.